right. So I'm just beginning to learn about contract law, maritime law, or admiral law, and because of everything that's happening in the United States, and so I didn't realize this existed, and much of the language in the English language is all connected to our ancestry of the British Empire being, a seafaring, and the wealth was, through shipping. Whoops, and so the reason I'm making this video is, again, I was shocked because I think I found a very clear reference in the book of Revelation to possibly this moment in time. And so the account is in Revelation chapter 18, and it speaks of this mysterious Babylon the Great, a woman. Now, what's important is the term ships are always called, described as female, so that's kind of interesting. But what really caught my eye is because I learned the way birth certificates are used, and that people are treated like cargo. And when you're in a hospital, I guess wherever there's a flag, it's like a moored ship on dry dock. And so the cargo, so when people are born, they are birthed and they come out of the ship or the vessel. Even the word doctor, doc, signs on. And then this whole process of our birth certificates being used to trade on the stock market. And I went, what? I was like, what? Because I've always wondered about this, is in this account, it speaks about a time that comes which greatly affects trade and commerce. And it says in verse 18 and 11, the merchants of the earth weep and mourn over her because no one buys their cargo anymore. And then it goes on to list for 2 verses this long list of all these valuables that were, traded: cargo of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, silk, scarlet, citron wood, article of ivory, all and on and on. But then it goes on: fine flour and wheat and cattle and sheep and cargo of horses and chariots and slaves and human lives. Now, isn't this interesting? That it distinguishes humans. Slaves are traded, but also they trade human lives. And I'm like, So the birth certificates, they're trading us on the stock market, right? Okay, and so then it keeps going, and it keeps talking about these, it says, in 1 hour such great wealth has been laid waste, and every shipmaster and every passenger and sailor, and as many as make their living by the sea, stood at a distance. But I realized, this, because it's in Revelation, is not necessarily only talking about literal sea, but because of this maritime law being used with corporations on land, and the people in the very book of Revelation say that this harlot sits on many waters, which are the people. So this reference to shipmasters and sailors and merchants could actually be a reference to how this legal construct of commerce and exploitation that is happening and has been happening for a long time without us understanding, I mean, it's not like we're taught this in school, is coming to an end because we are awakening. And again, this is linked to the Fibonacci pattern when The Israelites were to come free from Egypt. They were in bondage, they were slaves. And so this could be another link that this is our awakening, our realization of our sovereignty and how we have been exploited, and we have not consented to this with clarity. We did not know, we did not realize what was happening. When my parents got a birth certificate for me, they did not know that that was giving the government corporation of my country the right to trade me like stock, like animal, a stock on the stock market. So I'm shocked. I'm shocked, but it says what's very interesting is when this time comes for this change, it says, in which all had ships at sea become rich by her, wealth in 1 hour. It comes to an end. In 1 hour, it ends. So that is pretty significant. This is no little thing, because it is possible that this account that's speaking about these seafarers could actually be a reference to the structure that is being used through the corporate system and the all these words they use to describe these vessels that are on land, dry docked, and that's what's been happening, and we are finding out. We are finding out. Wow. I hope you like that one. I'm going to do a lot more research on this because I think this is pretty amazing. Hope you enjoy that.